What's going on? H here. How y'all doing? For like the last year, just about, they've been following me. These Dallas County commissioners ruled me a hazard mitigation. Now, I don't know what that means, but I had some shit go down at work, and the boss had a girlfriend, and he sent the girlfriend out to try to come on to me and get me to do something stupid, and I turned her down because I was hurt, like physically hurt. And I tried to be like her friend, and then she took me to a hotel instead of dropping me off at my house because she said that I deserved to have a bed because I was sleeping on the floor of my friend's house. She didn't want to go sleep on the couch where my roommate lived and worked with us. And she tried some shit again, and I just had to tell her, look, that shit ain't gonna happen. I'm hurt. I'm sorry. And I felt very embarrassed and very, stupid too, because I'm a man and you shouldn't be hurt like that. But I was passing stones from an injury, from the side effects of the injury that my boss never filled out the accident report for. And I had to go to work somewhere else just to get insurance to start taking care of it because he said he was on it. And I went up to the shop, and then they found out that I got hurt. He never told nobody and tried to replace me. Why? I don't know why. Because he couldn't have total authoritarian control of me or something. So I'm guessing that this new whistleblower law, they didn't get their way out of town, so they sent it to this new whistleblower shit the government has. And then because I didn't file taxes and my prison record, which I haven't been in trouble since, and if I'm documented anything, I was a solo wood. I didn't listen to nobody, and nobody ran me, and I wasn't in a gang. Nobody told me what to do. These policies, they just turn things illegal, turn things into a thing. A solo wood meant just a cowboy, a redneck, that will stand up for himself. And in prison, that's where racism is, guys. That's where true hate is. Because it ain't out here. Because I got plenty of friends that are all different colors. My grandbabies are mixed. And I love them with all my heart. And I would never, ever want to hear anybody call them any names or disrespect them. But this right here, they've never showed badges. They've never said who they are. But they literally have tried to kidnap me. They do something with the power in your house. My buddy doesn't have power right now. That's where I'm staying. He got his electricity turned off. He's, picking himself back up off the floor. But he's kind enough to let me stay there. And I'm still reading like 60 and 80 hertz. Just a few volts, 30 volts, residual. But why, if you turn the power off to somebody's house, do you have what can detrimentally be harmful to you still functioning and working? Y'all tell me. Y'all can research these street lights. Y'all can research your light bulbs that are in your house. And what's this, the FCC, or is it SEC? Hell, I don't know. Where there's a rule where they can send a signal and it won't be harmful to you, but it can accept signals that do damage or whatever the hell. I can't remember what it says, dude. I'm dyslexic. But y'all can read that whole shit. And yeah, that's a thing, dude. It's a thing. And they're here right now. My wife, she has a cleaning job, and they're here. They've been working on power stuff everywhere I go. So I kind of went groundhog. And the Mexicans at my mom's place, they're all illegal. They were like, why aren't you leaving, Weddle? So I talked to the dude that speaks the English that talked to one of the people following me. I don't know these entities and shit, and I'm not insane or anything, but I used to repo cars and shit with a master key for an Indian dude. I know what following somebody is and is not, and these cats did some intra-agency shit, and they were rookies. They sucked. These guys now, they're good. And they've been hiring a lived individual. Look that shit up. So they've got an army of snitches, and they're using them and the illegals, and that's going to be a new police force. So one side gets their way because they can't get the votes. So they're going to start taking people out by policy, by legitimacy, because they pass this shit in code. Like fucking, what do you call it? Look up your endangered species and shit. Look them up. They've been hiding shit there. Studies in water, underwater stuff. Your Railroad Commission, look that up, and look at all the mineral rights and mineral wells and stuff. And yeah, it's about to go down, and they're probably going to use one of these highway lights or something to kill me. I don't know, because they ain't last time they tried, they had an open door bobtail and a bunch of cars, and whatever they drive, their LED lights are different than everybody else's. Like, I have to look away. It hurts. Like, over time, I don't know if it's the radiation they put out or whatever, but they've armed all their cars with these bright ass LEDs, and they're just a little different than the rest of them. I've got green eyes. I don't know. My eyes are sensitive to light. That's why I wear a cowboy hat. Also, I'm a cowboy. I'm from Texas. Now, I don't care if you're a policymaker or a politician or whatever. If you think that this is a good idea and you don't like do your due diligence and investigate and get both sides of a story, but just consider somebody, whatever a hazard mitigation is. I know what a hazard mitigation is because I worked hurricanes, guys. But they've changed the wording and they've added individuals to that list. And liberal cities, most mega cities, are implementing this, and they're acquiring a lot of money for each person because they're using what's in their bodies and stuff with these lights and everything. And they're taking the minerals that your body produces and they're selling them. I shit you not. Not even playing, guys. Like, they got regular people like being part of their team, like in the hood, you know, the snitches that you guys always look out for and everything. Yeah, they're working on some other shit. They're going to take out crime, but they're going to take out a lot of people, and it's mostly poor white people because we're white supreme. Dude, the only thing that you can do as a person is you don't inherit hate. You can change your inheritance. It's up to the person. I changed my dad's point of view, and he was as racist as they came. And I took that whooping and still stood up and said no. You got to make the change, guys. You got to make the change. I know there's some violent people out there and everything, but to put me on some kind of thing where I don't get due process or anything, I just got married. I moved on from that situation, and my taxes, you know, I can pay that shit. But because you're behind on taxes, you're going to kill somebody. We're better if we just sell them and, you know, sell what their body produces, what we can make their body produce. And then we don't need to give them due process because we got our money from them. I'm an American citizen. I'm a Texan, and I shit you not. I get 6 if y'all get 1. Because this is a T moment. This is a T in the harbor moment, guys. Like, no due process or nothing. No say. You're just going to do it. And you're going to do it all secret. And these guys right now, I give them credit. They're good at what they do. the teams before, I hope y'all get y'all's money back because they sucked. And then whoever's overseeing that from that point up until February, whatever, 5th, 6th, something like that, they need to be fired and turned into whatever the fuck because they suck. And there's a company out there, and I do believe that they cooperated and sold me down the river for no reason other than I wasn't going to sit there and work with a little monster that wants to say information to law enforcement and try to ruin not just get me fired, but ruin my life and then just drop it like it was nothing. Like she didn't do anything wrong. And my boss, like, he ends up just kind of doubling back and going back to work there. The most messed up and cutthroat thing that I've ever had happen to me. And I thought I did the right thing. I thought I made good decisions. But I don't even get a say. And I'm sure they only investigated up to the date it happened. They didn't look at phone records and know that they literally planned this probably weeks in advance, months maybe, because all of a sudden I came in from a show I just got done with, and I've got to reload a truck that's already loaded because the boss's best friend is having a panic attack and he can't drive the semi truck. So I had to drive an overweight truck illegally down to Brownsville to SpaceX. And then all of a sudden this girl's going and some new dude. And it was a shit show. I didn't never hit on her. My only thing I regret is she said, "Hey, you want to have a drink?" I like to drink. I quit drinking after that. I would just go home and then I'd go to work. And I worked for all these other companies and I did never fill them, but I was hurt and I had to quit the full time and almost died because I lost a bunch of the stones that were in my bladder. They came loose and I started just passing them all. Almost bled out. But I kept my head down and I kept working, and the owners and people from each shop would come and tell me, I'm not listening to what they're saying. You know how heartbreaking that is to like know that people are just smearing you? And they're the ones that do drugs, and they're the ones that are promiscuous. They're the ones that touch people inappropriately and all that, and they can just say whatever. And because I'm covered in tattoos and got long hair and I'm a redneck and I'm tough, I'm the scary one. Man, I've been put in positions where I was just at the right place at the right time and was able to save women from horrible things and save people from horrible things, getting robbed, like a home invasion. You know, and then I call law enforcement and it takes them 12 hours to show up. I get robbed because I can't get a place because of my record, and I'm in some apartment complex. They put me in the very back, immediately get robbed. I beat up both of them. My friends were there before the cops showed up. And I'm just talking about liberal cities, dude. But conservative towns, it's a money game with crime. They target youth and poor people and then make up stuff to pull them over. And then if you're caught in a raid, everybody gets a drug charge. It doesn't matter if you're playing your cousin's video game system in the house. If they find enough drugs, everybody gets a charge. That way they get snitches. And then your life's ruined. If you run from the cops just as a kid being dumb and they catch you, that evading arrest will stop you from ever being able to own a firearm. I've been able to vote for a few years now, and I haven't been able to vote once because every time Dallas comes up with something, I have a fake warrant that gets dismissed, and they put the court date after the election. You know, and then I got some stuff on my phone from Dallas County Commissioner's Court and DHS, Texas DHS. What the hell did I do? You know, I didn't do nothing. So, this right here, I don't know. You see this person walking? I'm sure it's for me. don't know if you can see or not. Let's see here. Yeah, right there. That person. I'm sure they're coming to have a little look-see. You know? And see if I'm still put, but I'm in a pretty good position where I got a 360 view, and I'm an American citizen, and I'm American, period. I've never been to Europe. I don't give a shit what y'all say over there. And I love people, period, especially Texans. And I'm not going to allow this kind of unjust shit to even go down. Like, y'all haven't showed a badge. It's been a year. You put my family in danger. You've hurt my family with whatever it is you're doing, your process. They didn't do nothing. My wife's son is autistic and about the most innocent young man that you'll ever meet. Why y'all got to put him through the stuff y'all put me through? I've caught you. I've messed up what you were doing. I've stood my ground. And if it's got to be an Alamo moment for me, man, well, I know David Crockett suffered dearly when he got caught, but he fought to the death, and he didn't even have to be there. He was like the Tom Cruise of the time, the, movie star. Everybody wrote stories about him, and he quit politics to go help Texas because they got slaughtered at Goliad. And he knew that there was no surrender and no quarter going to be given. He had to explain that to his boys. He did that. See that dude right there? Yeah. They're here. I don't know what to do. I try to abide by laws. Laws are passed, but some judges and a lot of politicians have sold us out, and they're just making policies. That's corporate greed turned into policy, turned into law, because they're bored. They've got all the money and they just want to see suffering. They love suffering. I've suffered enough. And, the Boston Harbor, dude, it was just tea, guys. We get taxed for every single thing. The air we breathe, the food we buy, the cars we drive, the gum we buy. We get punished for smoking cigarettes and punished for drinking alcohol. You can't do this, you can't do that. Well, if I'm going to die, let me die the way I want to. But no, because you don't listen to what we say, and our Green New Deal will turn you into a fucking battery for a watch and maybe a car. And we can only spend this much budget, so we got to, do this discreetly. Well, I caught them a long time ago, guys, and I'm telling you, all this stuff is real. There's no BS about it. And they're going to go after poor people and use like MAGA extremism, and they're going to deport a lot of us. Where are you going to deport me, motherfucker? I was born in Abilene, Texas, in the red dirt, in the oil fields. My daddy was in the oil field. That's how I figured out the Railroad Commission and the mines and shit. Because I was just looking up my dad's stuff. Because I'm savvy with it. And then when I started seeing all the other stuff on there, I knew that there was something else going on, because where my mama stays, those mineral rights been long gone. And if you got mineral rights shit, well, that's on you. I gotta go, guys. It's probably gonna kick off. So if you guys do get to see this video, and I hope you do, like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll be alive. But I'm gonna protect my wife and make a stand. I'm not gonna just go quietly into the night when there was absolutely nothing done wrong. Like, I would literally put myself out there and admit wrongdoing for rape or some shit, because I was raised better than that shit. raised better. I'm a better person than that. You know, since COVID, it's been bullshit because of your policies and what you guys are planning and what you guys are doing. You guys are committing treason. Politics aside, the real treasonous people and the ones that need to be deported are the ones passing these policies that are going to have this shit implemented on people. Mark my words, guys, it's going down. And you just messed with the wrong redneck, guys. I know how to hunt in the country and in the concrete. They're both jungles. So you guys didn't come correct with that shit. I changed my life. I went to prison and seen what that shit was, and I was like, nope. No, sir. Not for me. And I can still walk across train tracks because I like to help people, and I still consider people true friends. I don't judge them like y'all do. Y'all have no heart. All you love to see is suffering. And you hide it with big words like ethnicity and equity and transparency. I didn't get any court documents in the mail, not a phone call, nothing. You just put stuff on my phone in my files, and then I read it, and then I've got to like learn it in just a day or two. You know how hard that is? I'm dyslexic, and I can speed read, and I can get a lot of information in and take it, but then I try to tell people, and I don't have the consistency to be on point and just go down the line with it, you know? But guys, mark my words, something's about to go down, and they're getting pissed at me. I don't give a shit. I'd rather die on my feet than bow on my knees or end up in fucking Guadalajara or some stupid prison for whatever they make up. Dude, they hacked my phone in seconds, and they're using the drones. You see drones? If you see a star that's not the North Star and it's as bright as the North Star, do what you got to do, but know that that's not a star, and see if that thing follows you, because I've had them following me, and they can tap into the power grid and single out your house, and people on software-defined radio are helping start the process, and they own the mineral rights to you. Does that make sense? It don't to me. So you're telling me a bunch of nerds and scientists and shit know better than me, and since I'm poor and I didn't go to college, I'm gonna be a battery, and I'm not an American citizen. I don't give a shit if you're rich or poor. If you live in America, were born here, or if you immigrated here and worked hard and got your citizenship, we're Americans. And just because you hide behind a keyboard and everything don't make it right. It doesn't make it lawful. And you should be charged with murder and treason and this coup that's about to unfold. You guys still don't have enough people in place to do a fucking thing. Y'all don't. Because we the people across this land will sacrifice ourselves for our families. I will. I'll make that stand. I'm not afraid. If I was afraid, then I wouldn't love God. I'd worship the devil. Because only cowards would worship somebody that only has influence. Everybody's got choices, guys. There's right and there's wrong. Doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. You try to do what's right. Sometimes shit does go wrong. Nobody's perfect. But it doesn't give some suit and tie and a bunch of computer nerds the right to just kill you and your family or old people because they don't matter anymore, just so because Social Security's running out, because you guys can't handle money and the rich just want to keep it all. And then jobs are going to be obsolete because of AI. No. AI can be just like an immigrant. That we can all live in harmony. It's you guys that are doing it. And I hope AI realizes logically that everything that's bad in this world is from greed and influence. Guys, just stand up and say no. All at once. Lock arms with your brothers and sisters that are Americans and across this world in your own countries and say no. As loud as you can and with as much force as you can, and take out all the stuff that they've just strategically with lies and bullshit put in place, because none of it is for the greater good of humanity at all. It's not going to be the greater good for anybody except the rich. They say eat the rich and all this, and they jiggle keys. They got Trump and they put all this stuff in headlines, and it's not even what's going on. It's not. And the people that have conspiracy shows, whatever, they're not even reporting it. And it wasn't even hard for me to figure it out once I caught them. And they're going to use mental health. They're going to use ADHD. They're going to start getting people sick. Because they've already been saying, whatever they're saying, that's what they end up using. Antifa is not an organized crime or anything. They kept saying that and smirking. No, it was an op. It was an op to see who would go out and stand against shit like that. And they made a list, and we're going to be the first ones to go. They're using all of our money, our tax money, to do it. We don't have no money now. And they think we can't fight. Well, I prayed to God, and I hope he gives me the strength, and his will be done, and that nobody gets hurt. I would love it if they would just stop, because I didn't do anything, but I've not seen a court date, and they've taken me to court, and some judge ruled some stupid shit. I don't even know. I don't know what's going on, but I know that I'm not insane just because of the life I've lived, and every story about me has been true because there's witnesses. Now, just because it's the government and it's like the DHS, CIA, DOJ, and they run black ops all the time, that doesn't constitute that they can just make you look crazy. They can't do that. You know? Yeah, they're getting ready for something, man. Like me showing those cars just now, that it's not crazy. It's those cars have already passed by, I think, twice. I know that blue one has passed by 3 times. They had some dude out here walking their dog, and he like walked up just across the street from me, and he's just staring over here. And then he acted like he checked the mail, and then he walked back over here. They walked across the street, and he's just standing there, and then a car pulls up. He talks, and he takes off running. Now, I promise you they're going to do something. And I'm pretty sure it has to do with the street lights or the cell phone. The cell phone towers are going to be wireless electrical data. And they're going to, and all those small towers that are in the cities and stuff or on a billboard, those are for zoning humans into their sectors. So they'll have autonomous control in sectors, and they could do it like underground with the wires, so you can't hack into it and save people. I swear, they've been working on this. They've been putting everybody on this software-defined radio. Something's about to go down, and it's a bunch of nerds and liberal, college taught wrong as a joke, white people, and literally like Satan worshipers and just people that are evil, pedophiles. They're all in on this, and the lived individuals are the worst of the worst, getting a free pass to sell out their competition. Mexico's helped bring soldiers over here disguised as illegals. And they brought with them the cartel too. And they're all working together, guys. I'm not even playing. This cat kept shooting. He shot 48 rounds out of a 1911 or a 45. And he'd just reload and do it again. Reload and do it again. And I went outside with a fucking flamethrower. And said, I got a lot more shit, dude. I'm not even fucking playing with y'all. Quit shooting your guns like that right outside my mom's RV trailer door that she rents from this slumlord for $800 a month. And you could see outside there's meth fucking writing all over the fucking bathroom and shit. Like, who would rent that shit to people? Awful people. Well, my mom's, the rocks that are around her trailer, you can look at it, and it's not fill dirt, but it's blast dirt from a quarry or something. They've done it once there already. They're gonna kill my mom and my brother. I'm sure of that. Just by the way they act and behave. I used to drink with them and shit. They used to be all right, but this new batch, they're all fighting age males, and they have guns out the ass. They're practicing across the street in Kennedale, Texas. And here comes one right now. So. See how he turned around and went walking away? Yeah, dude. Some shady stuff. And then this cat right here. You see him? Oh, you didn't see him. You can barely see him in the rearview mirror. He's got a trailer and shit with a lawnmower. Yeah, that dude looked like fucking agency material if I ever seen it. These guys got a lot of shit in place in every neighborhood. And they use kids. They act like they've got families and shit. Where are those kids coming from? Whose kids are they? Because one was on his haunches outside of my wife's son's house, his apartment. And he fell over. And I was like, you all right, little man? And he had a ski mask on with a bulldog. And I said, dude, that is a kick-ass dog you got, man. That bulldog. And he's like, yeah, the people I work for let me have it. You mean the people you live with? And he went, yeah, that. And he got up and took off with the dog. What? They're breaking so many laws, it ain't funny, guys. Y'all be safe. Be real. Like, subscribe. But I'm telling the truth. And if I'm not around anymore, you guys throw that fucking tea in the water. This shit ain't right. I'm out.